Marty, what are you doing?
Well, I've got to try it, haven't I?
Hey, quit arguing, huh? You got a lot of work to do before the banquet begins.
Coming closer now. Is it gonna work? It's the only chance I have, maybe the only chance I'll get. What am I doing here anyway? What am I getting into? More important, what am I getting Jody into? What am I doing to her, putting her in danger like this? No, it'll be all right. It has to be. Where is she anyway? I sent that maid 20 minutes ago. Hi, come in.
Thanks.
I was afraid you didn't get my message.
Oh, no, the maid found me. It just takes a while to get from one place to another.
Are your accommodations comfortable?
Very. I could play tennis in my sitting room.
I'll bet you could.
What did you want to see me about?
I was wondering, what you're wearing to the party tonight.
Oh, well, I brought this long gown that I thought would be appropriate. It's sort of a pale green chiffon with a drape over one shoulder.
I wonder if you'd mind wearing something else.
Well, I only brought one long gown. I don't have anything else.
Oh, yes, you do. This.
Chad, that's beautiful. I don't understand.
Well, it should fit. I took the dress you were using for the portrait sitting as a model for a dressmaker. It's your size, all right.
But this is the...
Yes. I thought you'd recognize it.
That looks exactly like the dress that's in the portrait. What? The dress of Marie Bonaventure.
Well, the only thing I could tell you, Mr. Renaldo, is that it ain't the Bentley Plaza, huh?
Yeah, perhaps we did not have time for the decorator. It is important this young lady does not make an attempt to reveal her identity. We must not have any interruption of the proceeding upstairs.
Right.
Of the pageant, yes. Well, this has the distinct advantage of being very far removed from the festivity upstairs.
So you're sure there's no chance of her being discovered?
Not in the slightest. 12 bloodhounds could not find this. No one else knows about this room here. You will have no trouble, Joseph. See to this. Yeah.
I'll make sure.
That's when this phony agent just got up and bolted out of the restaurant?
Yeah, like a shot. But before that, he comes sauntering over real slowly, and he starts talking to Valerie about this Jefferson Brown case.
Now, wait a minute. You didn't know he was a fake then?
No, Chief, that was my fault. I hadn't told Jim what we'd discovered. And so at the table, I deliberately spilled my coffee.
Yeah, and then on the way to the ladies' room, she makes a telephone call.
To the police.
That's when he realized there was something fishy and got up and left.
Yeah, and I was standing next to the table, and she yells out, "Stop him, he's a fake." And so I run over, and I get these swinging doors in my face.
That's too bad. That's too bad. I'd sure like to talk to George Foley.
Yeah, well, that's my fault. I could have caught him.
Well, nobody's blaming you.
Jim, it wasn't your fault. I should have told you that I knew he was a fake. And I was going to at lunch, and, I don't know, we got talking about the theater.
I still should have caught him.
Now, come on. Cut it out. Stop hogging all the blame for yourself. Now, exactly what did he say?
All right, now, he said that they had uncovered some new evidence on the Jefferson Brown case. Whoever they are, they found some diary that he'd kept when he was in Switzerland.
A diary, huh?
Yeah, and apparently it's rather cryptic.
Yeah, this guy had written his diary in some code.
And so Foley was asking me if I knew about the diary and if maybe I could decipher some of the entries.
Did you? Did you know about this diary before this?
No, absolutely not. And why anybody thinks that I could clarify his private notes is beyond me.
I wonder if there is a diary. Or if this is just a bluff.
Why would he fabricate something like that?
I don't know. Maybe just to get his hands on you.
What? This is a little disconcerting. What are you talking about,
Well,
Chief?
I don't mean to suggest that I think Valerie's in trouble, but you spent 3 months with Jefferson Brown in the clinic that summer. If he has something or knows something of interest to Foley or his friends, I can see why he'd want to get in touch with you.
By the same token, he would want to get in touch with Raven.
Yeah, I'm sure he would.
This is starting to sound a little dangerous. Isn't there some way we could trump up some charges and put this guy away?
Gotta find him first.
Well, wait a minute. What harm can he do to me? I don't know anything about the diary.
Just the same.
Right, excuse me. Yes. Yes, sure. Hello, Mike.
Derek, do you have a few minutes to see me sometime this afternoon?
Sure, just tell me when. What's up?
I'm bringing over a man named Cameron from the Counter-Espionage Agency.
All right, Spencer, let me see if I've got this straight here. You and Raven, each possessing a key, went to the bank to investigate mysterious Jeff Brown's safety deposit box.
Yes.
Let me see if I've got the rest of it right. I imagine when you got there, a bank guard stood back a respectful distance. You each put your respective key in the proper hole, and you practically salivating with the idea of what you were going to see next. You withdrew the safety deposit box, and you found a
diary?
A diary. Not gems, not gold, not stocks, not securities, but a dog-eared, beat-up old diary belonging to Jeff Brown.
That's all there was, Sky.
Well, I hope it made for interesting reading, at least.
No, not even that. There were only a few entries, all of them in some sort of meaningless code.
What period did this diary cover?
It was the spring of 1980.
That's when I was in San Moritz. That's when I met Jeff for the first time.
Sky, you told me that Brown had delusions of international espionage and so forth.
Boy, I'll say, to listen to him, he was the master spy.
Well, maybe he took that diary all the way to the end of the delusion. Maybe those entries were absolutely meaningless.
No, I don't think so. I think that they had some meaning to him.
Well, they didn't mean anything to me, and I'm sure you would have found them just as cryptic. I think the diary's worthless.
No, I don't think so. I just don't like the idea of Raven having a look at them. You sure that there was nothing in them about me?
Well, from what I could tell, the diary predated the plane crash. There wasn't anything in it about you, no.
Well, it must have had some importance to him if he went to that trouble to hide it.
Well, maybe he hid something else in the box besides the diary.
Yeah, that's possible, I guess, but I don't think so. You know, just out of curiosity, I'd like to see that diary myself.
Oh, you'd be wasting your time, believe me.
Yeah, maybe just the same. I don't like the idea of Raven having it.
Well, I did tell her that she could only have half of whatever we found in that box. I suppose I could call her and ask her to rip the diary in half.
No, I don't think that's a good idea. Tell you what, Spencer, I'll speak to her about it myself.
Nothing at all. George Foley, sir. Well, she's reasonably well. Well, I mean by that, well, yes. I mean, Miss Alexander is quite comfortable at the purchase. No, sir. We had no trouble, no difficulties at all in getting her there. There is one little thing, sir. Miss Alexander is being very, very stubborn. She claims she knows absolutely nothing at all about the diary, and knows nothing at all about her husband's previous activities in Switzerland before he married her. Really, sir, I had no idea that Miss Alexander was going to be so resistant. Oh, no. No, it isn't that. I'm not ready to give up. Yeah, but, well, You see, at this point, sir, I feel that maybe stronger persuasion would be necessary, and I'm calling you for authorization.
Hello, Derek.
Mike, come on in, please.
Mr. Cameron, Chief Mallory, Chief David Cameron.
It's a pleasure, sir.
Thank you, Chief Mallory.
As I told you before, Mr. Cameron is with the Counter-Espionage Agency.
Yes, I'm aware of that. Please sit down.
Thank you.
It's an honor for me to have you here. What brings you to Monticello?
Well, I wish it were pleasure, Chief Mallory, but it's not. I am very much interested in the Jefferson Brown case and the mysterious George Foley, who's been passing himself off, or trying to, as an agent of the CEA.
I thought that was the reason for your visit when I got Mike's call earlier, yeah.
I told Mr. Cameron about the latest development concerning Foley, his attempt last night to get more information out of Valerie Bryson.
Now, I hear he ran when Miss Bryson went to inform your office.
Yes, he did, an admission of guilt as far as I'm concerned.
If there were any question about his masquerade, the incident at Sid's Tavern dispelled it. He wouldn't have been so afraid if his credentials were genuine.
No, he wouldn't have been, but that still leaves us with a couple of big question marks, like who is George Foley? And why is he so interested in Jefferson Brown? And why is he hassling Valerie Bryson?
No, it's a question that has me intrigued, Chief Mallory. That's why I came down here to Monticello to check it out personally.
Well, you can be sure I'll give you all the assistance I can. Consider all my facilities in the department at your disposal.
Thank you. I'm grateful for your cooperation and any help you can offer.
Well, just impersonating a government official is a criminal offense in itself, so you can be sure that I will do everything I can to apprehend this man for you.
Mr. Cameron tells me that Foley's apprehension may be a lot more important than we realize.
Oh? How so?
Would you care to take it from there, Mr. Cameron?
Well, the fact is, I was the chief security officer involved in the Fowler-Wilcox case. I believe you're aware of it.
Oh, yes, I'm aware of that. It's come across my desk a few times over the past year and a half or so.
You're referring to Wilcox's son, Damian Tyler, a detective here in your department.
Yeah, I sure am.
Uh-huh. Well, in any case, after Wilcox's suicide, I was the one who cleared Jefferson Brown of any suspicion regarding the missing documents. Now I find that a George Foley has surfaced here impersonating an intelligence agent and raking over the same ground. Well, frankly, that's given me cause for some concern. There may have been more to the case than we knew. Chief, thank you for your time. I have to go. I would like you to keep in touch. Here's my card, if I may, and if something else comes along before I call you, let me know.
Be in touch.
Thank you. And Mr. Carr, thank you so much.
My pleasure, Mr. Cameron.
Good day, gentlemen.
Good day.
Good day.
A little strange, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Be so concerned over somebody impersonating a government official? Sure, it's a crime, but still.
Whatever it is, I wouldn't underestimate its significance. Cameron may be a low-profile type, but don't forget, he's second in command of this country's counter-espionage organization.
Lady Speed Sticks improved? Oh, it's terrific.
Lady Speed Stick antiperspirants improved with the most powerful...
I'm worried about you, lady.
Well, don't be. I'm gonna be all right.
I can't help it. Do you think I'd be so worried about you if I didn't care about you so much?
I know that. And you have to realize that you're the most important person in the world to me, too.
It's just that I feel so damned frustrated and helpless, not knowing what's going to happen at that festival tomorrow.
All right, well, maybe we can't be certain of that. But there's one thing I do know. If you have obligations, they have to be met. Or else you stop feeling good about yourself.
Despite the consequences?
Despite everything. And if you do something just because the person you love wants you to do it, well, then you can damage that love. Am I making sense?
Unfortunately, yes. You're right. If I put my foot down and forced you to stay away from the festival, if I forced you to make a choice between me and the thing you've decided to do, that I know you'd always resent me.
No. No, I wouldn't.
Sure you would. You wouldn't try to, but you wind up resenting me all the same. And it's very hard to love someone that you resent.
Does that mean I have your blessing to leave?
No. It means that you have my love, no matter what you do. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, my boy. Gala evening it will be too, eh? Oh, my. How splendid you look, eh? A true and proper prince of the realm.
I wish I shared your enthusiasm, Mr. Renaldo.
Eh?
About the way I look, I mean.
Oh, come along now. We must realize and put on a certain kind of appearance. It is part of the show, eh? Well, I see. You are painfully aware of the burden of being a prince. But no matter. You are to enjoy yourself this evening. You will do that, no?
Yes, I will.
Good. Now, Chad, my boy, I would like to speak to you about something before the party begins.
Yes.
Something important. I'm sure you are ignorant of it, but it concerns this young lady you brought here to the castle this morning.
Oh, really? What about her?
Well, I cannot deny, if I may say so, I know more about Miss Jody Travers than you do.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Renaldo. I'm afraid I don't know what you're getting at.
Well, it is a rather a delicate situation. After all, she is your guest here. But the truth is, my boy, that the first time you meet her is not by chance. It was arranged by our good friend the Endicott to determine if a certain rumor about this young lady was true.
Rumor?
Yes.
What do you mean?
I see you are not aware of this. Prego. Chet, my boy, it seems that this young lady is the daughter of a woman named Leonie Travis, a direct descendant of Marie Bonaventure. It follows, then, that this Jody Travis is also a...
No, that's ridiculous. I mean, no one has ever proved that Marie Bonaventure had a descendant.
I am telling you the facts, my boy. We can prove this lineage. This is why the terrorists, they abduct this young girl and indoctrinate her to help overthrow your father's government. How painful is this for you to hear? She has been using you. We feel she is only here to cause some kind of disruption. I'm sorry, Chad, but I feel I should be here to warn you about this.
Wait a minute. You're not talking about the prophecy of the martyr. Surely a man of your intelligence and sophistication doesn't believe in that prophecy. It's sheer fantasy.
I only know, my boy, that history can and does sometimes repeat itself. I only ask you to be careful this evening. Be aware. Trust us to do the right thing.
What do you mean, do the right thing?
Nothing. Nothing. Now, if you will excuse me, I must go and prepare for the party myself. And my young prince, you must dance with all the pretty girls, eh? And the ugly ones, too. Joseph, this is it. Everything is all set. You know what you have to do?
Yeah. When shall I make my move?
As soon as possible, tonight, right after the party, when Miss Travis feels she has had a little bit too much champagne.
How do you know she's going to have enough?
Yes, my boy. This will assure it.
And then it shall come to pass that the descendant of Marie Bonaventure will appear to rally her people again, to bid them throw off their shackles, to overwhelm the new tyranny which holds them in thrall. This day shall be known as the day of the second martyrdom, for the hour of the tyrant will be loosed again to strike down the descendant child, and by her death will be born the new freedom.